If you're a buyer's agent, you likely fall into one of two categories. Number one, you avoid the buyer representation agreement altogether. I know it's against the rules, but you probably have some kind of a workaround, right? Like a one-page showing agreement or something. And what you do is you go out, you do your magic, you show property, you give them access to all of your knowledge, wisdom, experience, you get them in the car, you find the perfect one, and when it's time to actually make the offer, that's when you go back and you have them sign a buyer's representation agreement. Now, the problem with that, of course, is you've already predetermined that the only commission that you're going to get paid is whatever the seller is offering. In some cases, that may be zero. That's going to make for a very, very awkward conversation at the 11th hour if you didn't clarify that in advance. The second group would be the ones that awkwardly presented something, maybe a buyer's representation agreement, or more likely just the one-page workaround, and failed to actually sell the value. Now, you satisfied the rules, but you didn't deliver value, and the customer didn't see value. All they saw was money. If this is you, I've got two ways for you to solve it. Number one, you gotta have a buyer presentation. A buyer presentation is just like a listing presentation. It's just in a story form where you are literally walking a potential buyer through the 7, 8, 9 questions that every one of them asks before they hire a buyer's representative. No problem, easy peasy, but you've got to sell the value, and it creates a natural progression to step 2. Step 2 is you go through the 3 contracts that are part of every single transaction. What are they? Well, every single transaction has a listing agreement. The listing agreement simply spells out, here are the duties owed to the seller by the listing agent. Contract 2 is the buyer representation agreement. That simply spells out all the duties that are owed to the buyer by the buyer's representative. And number 3 is the purchase and sale agreement. That just spells out the duties and the obligations between the buyer and the seller. Y'all, nobody ever wanted to go into a negotiation with the other party having an unfair advantage. If the seller is represented by a professional, the buyer is also going to want to have their representation. These 2 steps will get you exactly where you need to get to have a natural progression to filling out and getting somebody to hire you.